Hello, hello, hello. Just gonna wait a few minutes. Just gonna wait a few minutes. Happy Sunday. If you're catching the replay, please feel free to still share your comments. I don't want that back. I should have put my glasses on. I really should have. I'm just doing a follow-up video today from a from a live video, not a live, but a pre-recorded video that I did a few days ago, maybe a couple of days ago, I should say. Hello, as you're coming in. That's where my fans are. Hello, hello. I'm just doing a follow-up video. I should have known better. I should have had my glasses on. I'll start talking as people come in, so I won't have to repeat what I'm saying. Oh, boy, how's everyone doing on this marvelous Sunday? Did you go to church? I watched it on live today. I need to really focus on getting back into the house, not online, but the house. This is just a follow-up video. I'm going to look at some of the comments from that video I've done. You know what? Y'all are probably still in church. Just because I didn't go to church today, I can't assume no one else did. I'll try to get through this video without anyone calling me, but I'm almost sure someone will. Gonna give people a few more minutes. If not, I will come back on later, so I won't have to repeat this video. How's it going? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. As you're coming in, say hello, share the video so that YouTube could put some others into this video. Gonna give it 5 more minutes, and then I'll decide to come back on later. Ooh, that bobby pin is giving me a pickle. Can't handle it. Cannot handle that bobby pin. Sticking me in the scalp. How's it going? I'm looking at some comments. Hello, hello, hello. I'm just waiting on some people to join in. I almost forgot for a second it's Sunday and people are probably perhaps in church. I'm going to wait a few more minutes, and if no one else comes on, then I'm going to come back on later today. I'm going to probably chill out and relax for a little while and come back on later today. As a matter of fact, I may go get something to eat. What time is it? 12 o'clock? Good morning. Well, good afternoon now. Good afternoon. I may come on Tuesday night and make some tacos live just to chat, have some fun. My husband is having surgery Wednesday. It's going to be in a 6-hour surgery. So, I don't think I'm going to be on at all. I don't think I'm going to be on at all Wednesday or Thursday. Just kind of depends on how he's feeling. But as you're coming in, always remember, I'm going to share these books each time. Breaking the Chains of a Narcissist, which is on Amazon. Freedom from Narcissistic Abuse, international bestseller. Gabrielle, the Biggest Little Dreamer. I don't know who all was on live the other night, about a week ago, but I still have not received the emails from folks that stated they wanted a copy of the children's book. I put my email address up, but I still haven't gotten anyone yet. Let me see. I don't see any emails that anyone has sent requesting a copy of the book, because I said I would be giving a few copies out for free. And I don't see it. So let me briefly talk about what I want to talk about before I get off of here. I did a video a few days ago, well, a couple of days ago actually, Friday. As you're coming in, please thumbs up the video so that YouTube could push it out. Excuse me. So that YouTube could push it out and more people could come in. But I did a video regarding the spiritual whistleblower a couple of days ago. And the only reason I refer to her as the spiritual whistleblower is because that's what people know her as the spiritual whistleblower. But I believe her name is Chanel, if I'm not mistaken. But she's on YouTube. Ooh, something's in my eyes, y'all. Excuse me. She's on YouTube. She's on TikTok. Ooh. And she made a video. I mean, she does a lot of videos, but this one in particular really rattled my feathers when she had the audacity to speak about Malcolm Jamal Warner from the Crosby Show, and he should have known better. He should have known better than to go out swimming. And she suggested that he was being, I guess, arrogant. And one of the folks made a comment here, and I absolutely agree, that men are daredevils. They will try it, they will try it, they will try it. But that doesn't necessarily mean, hi, hello, Silk. That doesn't necessarily mean that this, whenever they die or something tragic happens, whether it's death or whether it's them getting hurt really bad, that doesn't mean that they intended for that to happen. Sometimes we just get our adrenaline starts pumping, we get excited, and we think we could shoot to the moon. But unfortunately, sometimes that's to the demise of the person who's doing it. But why should someone come behind all of that after someone has passed on to say the malicious things that she has said? So the person who made that comment is absolutely right, that men are daredevils, a lot of them. Some men are scary. They're not trying it. I mean, they're just absolutely not trying it. And I shouldn't say scary. Some are more cautious. Let's just say that to be nice. Someone else made a comment and said she's a person who has been hurt, and she wants everybody else to take on that persona that she's taken on regarding men, which is the absolute truth. Hurt people hurts people. And because she is hurting, because she's hurting from things from her past, whether it's her parents, and I know it's her parents, because I literally purchased her book because I wanted to understand where was this perception of men and all of this anger coming from. She has a lot of good points, but then the lady also has issues. She has some serious issues. Let me tell you something. When you've been in a narcissistic relationship, if you are not careful, you can become who they are. It's just like a children seeing, a son seeing his mother being battered for years. If he is not careful, he would become exactly what he saw. It's the same thing with a person who has been in a narcissistic relationship with someone. If you are not careful, you'll become just who they are. Tell me in the comments, have you known anyone who has been in a terrible relationship? They get into another relationship and that person treats them amazing, but they can't seem to understand the greatness that they're receiving, everything that they had done to them, they turn it around. They turn around and do the same exact thing to the person who they're now with that's good to them. That is, I've seen it happen. I was married to a narcissist for almost 3 years, and that's what made me decide to write these 2 books, being married to one. I've learned the tricks and trades of it. And if I wanted to, y'all please thumbs up the video. If I wanted to be like him, I could be just the way he was, if that's the way I wanted to be, because you learn from the things that they do. I had to literally check myself several times. And it's like, okay, now, Tracy, are you gaslighting this person now? Are you being manipulative right now? Why? Because you learn it so well. You've been a part of it for so long. You adapt to it. And you know how to maneuver things. Even with my husband, my current husband right now, if I wanted to be a manipulative person, I'll know exactly what to do to get what I want. If I wanted to gaslight him, or gaslight anyone for that matter, I would know exactly what to do. So it's like this woman wants to put everyone in, all men, it's like every time a man does something, he's a narcissist. He's a narcissist. He's a narcissist. And she does this all of the times. It's just like all white people are not prejudiced. You can't put everyone into the same box. All black men are not thugs. You can't put all of them inside of the same box. So when I did that video, that was one of the videos that she's done. Y'all excuse me because I have an ear infection. And my goodness, that head is pounding, but I wanted to do this video. So I'm not going to be on here long, but every time I do a video, I am really trying to go back and follow up from some of the questions or comments I've seen. Let's see here. Let's see here. How's everyone doing? Say hello as you're coming in. So if you've ever been inside of a bad relationship, the worst thing that you could do is listen to a person like the spiritual whistleblower who has not healed, and she's giving you advice from the brokenness that she has been going through and still is going through, because there's no way in this world that a healthy, happy-minded person could be that malicious and attacking people. There's just absolutely no way. Do your research before you decide to get involved with any type of counsel from anyone. Do your research. That woman, I mean, is just absolutely outright dangerous. It's like she's a menace to society. I mean, literally. If you go, I'm telling you, if you don't believe me, just check out her page. As a matter of fact, give me just a moment. Give me just a moment. I'm going to try to do this. Give me a second. I'm going to try to do this, please. Let me see if I could find one of her videos for you real quick. Wait a minute. Because it's just crazy. It is absolutely crazy. And people follow her. People literally love it. Y'all, sorry, it's taking me a minute because I can't see without my glasses on. That's a shame. Yeah, I used to be subscribed to her channel, but I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. So let's see here. Let me see if I could show you what she's working with. I'm telling you, I'm not overly exaggerating. Just let me give you a little piece of it. Okay, so let me take this down for a minute.
The black community never fucking holds black male celebrities accountable for anything they do.
Okay, y'all tell me if y'all can hear this.
And I'm sick of it.
Give me just a second.
Narcissism in the black community, African American community, is a...
Okay, so
and R. Kelly.
Tell me if y'all can hear it.
Fuck who gets mad. Because you know what the black community is so good for doing? The black community never fucking holds black male celebrities accountable for anything they do, whether they're dead or alive. And I'm sick of it. Narcissism in the black community, African American community, is a fucking problem. We are in a crisis. And when it comes to our celebrity black men, y'all will cover, defend, protect. Y'all do all this shit. You do everything except hold them accountable. Now, if you don't like what the fuck I'm saying, you don't like my delivery, you have the option to block me, motherfucker, or
so that's just a little bit of what, give me just a second, let me put this back up. That's just a little bit of what I'm trying to get you guys to understand with her. She's talking about 3 men who's gone, deceased. Let's see, what happens if sometimes people is looking for answers and things like that happens. They get misinformation. Yeah, I'm telling you, so she is just really, 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 it's crazy. It is crazy. Now, narcissistic abuse is a widespread thing. There's so many different types of narcissists. It's ridiculous. It's so many different types. Me personally, I've listened to her when I first got out of my marriage with my former husband. I was listening to her until I truly just couldn't take it anymore, because at first I thought it was her passion that was driving her, but then I discovered it wasn't just her passion, it was her hate. It was her hatefulness towards men, and I had to stop watching her. So every now and then a video of hers would come across my timeline, and I watch it, and that's how I saw the video that she made with Malcolm regarding Malcolm Jamal Warner. Me personally, you have to understand and discern the person that's giving the information. Just as myself, I was wise and smart enough to know that there's no way in this world that this woman could be healthy with the way that she was delivering information, and so it was impossible for her to be telling us or giving information that was correct in all cases, because what she's saying about these guys and calling them a narcissist, essentially, that's not true. She doesn't know them well enough to say this about any of them. So how could she then just all of a sudden assume because this guy decides to go swimming, he drowns, loses his life, now he's arrogant. His arrogance caused his death. So when you hear someone giving you information, you have to understand and discern the space and where it's coming from. And so for me, I just knew. I automatically knew. So what it made me do is it made me begin to do my own research. I began to do my own research, and I came across this book. And in that book, I began to highlight everything that I experienced, every single thing that I experienced in my marriage. I was able to highlight it. When I tell you there was very little in that book that was not highlighted, I knew for sure who and what I was dealing with at that point. I knew without a doubt, okay, this is what I had going on. I was with the narcissist the whole time because I took it upon myself and did my own research to make sure that I was getting informed information. Not only did I do my own research from the books, I asked questions. We were in consult therapy while we were married, and after I left him, I continued therapy for myself. And my therapist was able to confirm, yes, this is the type of relationship that you were in. He was able to confirm that. My sister, who has her PhD in psychology, she told me the book to purchase from Amazon. And it gives you a list of things that you should be able to relate to. And if you are, chances are that's who you were dealing with, from bipolar depression, narcissistic abuse, just a host of different things in the book that you, if you wanted to know information regarding. So for me, to answer your question, Silk, do your research, or if you know of anyone that has been in a situation like that, have them to do their research. Do your research. You can't listen. I know some people right now who has went to school to be a minister, but they are living like the devil. That doesn't mean that they're saved, they're Christians. They went to school for it. And that's just a career, like a career for anyone else. So if you're watching them and watching their behaviors, you may perhaps think and wonder, well, is this the way Christians supposed to be behaving? All along, they're not necessarily a Christian. So you got to do your research. You got to do your research. The internet is full of great information, but the internet is also full of a lot of false information, and people are sharing according to what they've been going through with themselves personally. They're coming, clearly, she's coming from brokenness. Her approach is pure hate and brokenness. And to be honest with you, I hate to refer to her as the spiritual whistleblower, because there's nothing spiritual about anything that she's doing. There's nothing spiritual about anything that she's saying. It is pure evil and devilish. It is extremely sad that people are listening to her. Extremely. To me, the folks that are listening to her wants to remain in that state. At some point, as myself, I was listening to her and I'm like, wait a minute, this woman has a problem. I didn't want that problem and that spirit that she has on the inside of her of bitterness and anger to creep into me. I didn't want that, because in the beginning, of course you're going to be angry. Who wouldn't be angry after dealing with a person like that? I was extremely angry. My anger at one point wanted to turn into being vindictive. My anger wanted to be, and I'm going to get you back. But I decided to write books to help other people. And let me tell you something. My vindication was being able to write a book about my experience. 2 books, actually. Well, 3 books, because the first one was regarding my first marriage. Over 20 years ago. Over 15 years ago. So, that's, my vindication came from helping others. My vindication came from him knowing that, okay, you thought you had me in the box, but look at me now. He still watches me to this day. He still watches me to this day. But the greatest revenge is massive success. I've heard this before, and I love that quote. The greatest revenge is massive success. You show people better than you could tell them. You thought you had me, but no, 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 no. I'm not going to walk around here bitter. Had I walked around bitter, had I walked around angry, I wouldn't have had the opportunity to meet the husband that I have today. Because I would have allowed my bitterness and my hatred towards him spew over into something else that could have been great. So I let it go. I could see him today and I could wave at him like there's nothing to it. Hey, when he had me, the damage was done. The damage was done then, and I had to reverse it. I had to come up out of that thing and know that, wait a minute now. I heard this man say, you mean to tell me y'all are going to let this man who barely has a high school education, may have a GED, and I'm not knocking a GED, that's great. But you're going to let this man who's uneducated rock your world like this and have you around here going crazy? I don't think so. Yeah, he had me for a while. Oh, yes, he did. But I could not just sit in that. I couldn't. People hold on to things forever. I didn't know until the other day. One of my brothers is extremely upset with me. When I thought things were well with us, it went right back to the same old thing. He's angry all over again. So I saw him the other day at my mother's house. And I pulled up in the backyard and I told him, I said, you need to get your life together. And the moment I said that, the F-bomb started flying. I mean, F you. F you. I mean, this, but the middle finger. I mean, he was just throwing it at me. Throwing it at me. I hate you. You know, I'll hate you until the day I die. Then he walked up towards the car and he says to me, you know why I hate you so much? Because when we were young, I remember you used to do old jacked up stuff to me. I remember when you wanted to control me. But I'm a man now. You can't control us anymore. So this is something my brother and I, we used to go head to head over who's going to watch this on TV, who's going to do this, who's going to put up the snack. I mean, just little kid stuff. But that is something that he never healed from. And the moment, if life is going well for him, he's fine with me. But the moment life was not going so well and I began to challenge him, it triggered him, and it triggered that childhood stuff. Like I want to be in charge and I want to be in control all over again. So I never knew all these years that this is how he truly felt. And I said all that to say, some people hold on to hurt until the day they die. And I pray to God that that is not the case with him. I was just telling my mother this morning that I had a dream about my brother. I dreamt that he was in the hospital. And the doctor said he's angry. I literally just had that dream last night. And I shared it with my mother this morning. You can't control what people do. You cannot control the bitterness that people chooses to hold on to. You have to move on with your life in peace and let it go. You got to be able to let it go. So I let it go. I've apologized so many times until I'm tired of apologizing for things that I don't even know I've done. So the Lord told me no more apologizing unless for some reason I am doing something all over again and I've offended them all over again. But I'm talking about stuff from the past. You should not have to keep apologizing for the same thing. You have to deal with it, say you're sorry, and saying you're sorry, that does not mean that that relationship will go back to where it used to be, but you know you've cleared your heart and you've done what you needed to do. That's the best that you could do. So you guys, I am out of here because my head is pounding. I have an ear infection. I'm on antibiotics for it. I was wondering, like, gosh, my ear feel heavy inside. It felt literally like a puddle of water was in my ear. And I waited for a couple of days and I finally said, you know what? I was on this couch just relaxing and I finally said, let me get up and go check this out. Went to an urgent care and she's like, your ear is not hurting? I said, no, it's not hurting. It just feels heavy. Ear infection in the right ear. So you all, I am going to be coming back on soon. Like I said, my husband has some stuff going on this week. And so I'm going to take care of that. I may be back on again. Just depending on how everything works. But I will be uploading a couple of videos this week. Look out for it. Y'all click the notification bell so you know when I'm uploading new videos. I'm trying to put at least 2 or 3 videos out each week. And tried to go live more on YouTube because I was on Facebook, hitting it hard on Facebook. And I'm like, you know what? Let me move on over to YouTube and get on to YouTube. So y'all have an amazing Sunday. Talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.